have to make decision for that moment, maybe for a short period of time, and maybe for some of us who are, expanding the business or starting the business or starting a family, sending kids to college, constantly making the decisions, and how to make that decision when you feel grounded. You feel it's one step closer to achieving what you want.
Yeah, it's more or less just don't be afraid of doing what you want to do.
Okay.
Don't be afraid. Too many people that you ever see people that overthink things?
All the time.
And I deal with people like that all the time, and I always tell them, why don't you want to make a decision today? Now, I'm not talking sales. This could be anything. This could be going on a trip. This could be buying something in the store. Maybe they see something on the store on the store shelf, and I've seen them standing. There was this nice lady in that one day. She's looking at something on there, and I said, what is going through your mind right now? You can't afford it. You don't want it. You don't know if you'll like it if you get it. Or maybe you just don't want to take it home with you today. So the woman turned around to me and she said, no, she says, I don't really know that because I've never tried it before. I said, you're going to go home if you don't take it, and you're going to say, I should have tried it. I said, do you want to doubt yourself? And she turned around to me. She said, I never thought of that. And I said, take it because you will love it. I saw the woman about 2 weeks ago. She loved it. Believe it or not. I mean, this is what we go through in our lives every single day. You don't look at something because, for some reason that you said, maybe it's the packaging, maybe it's a picture on there or something, or maybe somebody said that they liked it or something. No. That, whatever it is that's you're looking at or that you're directed to, is calling for you. Just like the skulls taught me many, many times. A skull will turn around and it will give you the power to, or being intuitive, to just say, okay, I'm going to do that. And you know it's right.
It's interesting because even that decision, and I've been a salesperson for a long time selling lipsticks, and I would have some lovely customers deciding either they want the pink shade, the maroon, or red lipstick, and literally would take them more than half an hour to decide. I was just fascinated. I wasn't judging. I was just really fascinated. And one of my clients, she was a wonderful client, Diane, she said, you know what you taught me? I've been buying the same color for 17 years.
Ouch. Wow.
And she said, you are the only salesperson who made me to buy five more different shades.
Right, right.
And spending $100.
Sure. Yeah.
But, in her world, she said to me, she said, sweetie, I've never thought that I could wear different colors. I said, why not? She said, because I always wear black colors. I said, so what?
That's right. That's right. Now,
isn't it amazing? Human beings, we're fascinating creatures.
And do you realize that by doing that, you just changed her life? Then
I was thinking, I just changed her look because when she put a different color, she even loved herself. She looked in the mirror and she said, wow, that really looks good. And I said, wow. She said that about herself. That was beautiful.
One of the things that is very, very important, and in fact, it's coming on the chat box right now. Stella is saying it. As a matter of fact, she says, "Trust yourself."
Yes, thank you, Stella.
That is very, very true. I mean, you must trust yourself. And as I say all the time, it comes from the heart. Well, I mean, let's face it. Our heart is our director. It's a little guy there with a couple of flags that going, yes, you go, yes, you don't go, you don't go, you go, and it goes back and forth. But if you're thinking true thoughts, positive thoughts all the time, let me tell you something. You are going to get exactly what you want out of life?
I agree with you, because the whole journey started that I was fascinated by one thing. I was fascinated how people make the decision, like including my clients, including myself, and also why some people are very happy, successful, content in their lives, and some others. And then I start looking, maybe it's the thing, maybe it's the car or a lipstick that make people happier, more content in their lives. But I also met people like you, Bob, who overcome so many challenges in their lives, and their challenges really became the springboard for their greatness, doing more for humanity and making and contributing more to the world.
Let me explain a little bit further about this. And you are so right, it isn't funny. And I love you for it.
I love you back.
The thing with this is, we've, from the beginning, from 2 years ago, we've put this network together. And I've said this, too, many, many times. As a matter of fact, I even put part of the movie on one time, and that one Jamie was on. We've built the field. We've built the baseball field. The fans will come. It is absolutely true. People who are lost, people who are unsure of themselves, people who want to know that there's more out there in life for us, they will come to this show. They will listen to the people that are on here. They will listen to the people who are speaking on here. They will call up. They will be on the chat box. They will write me. A lot of people write me emails. It's really, really funny. I don't see a lot in the chat box or anything else, but tomorrow I could have 100 emails. This is something that I love, and I answer every single one of them, and I love people when they do that, because questions get you answers. They really do. And I love discussing this with everybody. You know, I mean, if I had a big room full of a whole room full of people, like 500 people or something, and everybody wanted to ask a question, hey, I would give them all the time they wanted to.
Because you love people, Bob. That's
exactly.
what it is.
Exactly. And you know what? I tell you something. This network and what we're doing is a product of the audience, not of me. Not of me at all. I'm just the one putting it together. I'm the builder.
You build the stadium.
Right.
You build the field.
That's right. That's all I do. The audience is the ones that design this. It's what they wanted. I knew what they wanted only because you see, you listen, you talk. You know, it's the best thing in this, listening. I can talk a million times a minute, but I'm also listening at the same time. So if you breathe funny, I know where you're going. So, I mean, I don't know. It's something you learn in the music business, I guess, for so long.
Well, music business, you travel so much. And also, not only the challenges, but also meeting the deadlines, rehearsal, having discipline. You know, you have to be disciplined. Doesn't matter how talented you are, right? Let's say you're born, a genius, but if you don't practice, you won't be so successful as you could do practicing. My question is, also in your previous, like you said, if I asked for your bio and you just laughed, because to cover everything that you've done in your life, will probably have the whole book.
Yeah, let me tell you, if I was going to write a book, oh boy. Oh yeah, I'd say, so many people now have told me that I really, really have to do that. What's his life according to Bob. So, I mean, really.
Time will come, your intuition. So everything we talk about, even all this physical thing that we have to do, the network, to be mindful, not to be afraid, be fearless, everything leads to our heart and following our intuition. Isn't it interesting? Believe in yourself, like you said, loving yourself, respecting yourself, being open to start new projects, begin a new way of life. Everything goes back to our inner world, loving, being compassionate, believing in ourselves. I think that is just so fascinating. It was a great example. I mean, the whole conversation. And then, it goes back to the core.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now.
And building the stadium, I love that. Building the stadium and audience, you listen to your audience, to your listeners, and your international program is just growing. It's magnificent.
Yeah, people make shows like this successful. Not. I mean, look. I mean, I could be like a wild and crazy guy, and I could, be. I don't know. There's a lot of guys out there that I respect for what they do, but sometimes they're a little. They. I'm outside the box. They're outside the lines. There is a difference. If you're going in one direction, you're going to be in the lines. If you're going somewhere that maybe somebody doesn't want to go or the audience doesn't want to go, no. Truth is 100% on this show. That's it. The 7 words you can't say on TV, you won't hear on this network anywhere. Crazy things, that people listen to all the time about, what's good for you. I'm not going to say what's good for you. I'm going to say to you, would you like to make yourself a better person? Would you like to feel better, period? We have people that are coming on this show that are actually going to do worldwide, over my network, worldwide healings. I'm talking, I've already had people, when I had them on the show already, people that wrote me that said they actually literally felt what he did. Now, to do this, we need the right ingredients. The right ingredients is the audience. I'll get the guests. Don't worry about that part. The audience. I need the audience. So, from now on, get on www.pyramid1network.com, click on it, look on it, see when the guests are going to be on, and at that time, just go give it a shot. We can do it on, there is a link on that website for anyone that has a smartphone. You can get on it with a smartphone. If you have a new Ford or any of the new vehicles that are out for 215 and 216, I think is already out somehow, somewhere, it's on the radio. Get tuned in, go to Kinetic Hi-Fi on TuneIn, and you can get to this chat box. How about that, huh? Now you can get me in your car. In the front seat. In the front.
I got it.
Yeah, in the front seat, not in the back seat. Yet. But I'm only being facetious. But on the other side too, you can also get us on your computer, on your laptop, on your tablet, on your iPod, anywhere. And if you go to Mixcloud/Pyramid1, if you missed the show, it's there. My Australian office, which is John Allen, who is the boss down there. He is the man. He is my right hand, left foot, right foot, you name it. He is, without him, that's my backbone. Period. I can't do without him. With him, he will make sure that those things go from here to there in a day. So this way everybody can enjoy everything that we're doing. And
fantastic.
That's something that...
Thank you so much, Bob. Thank you, John Allen. Thanks to every single beautiful soul out there. Thank you so much for your commitment to live your life fully with passion, with a purpose. And, of course, thanks, Bob, to you for your vision, for your fearless being, for being wonderful, authentic you. We greatly, greatly thank you for everything you have done and you do and you will do.
Now, I also left out one too, and that Mark Wasazdik, or Tazak, I don't know. His last name and my name, the two of us have a hard time saying both of them. But Mark out in Texas, he is also one of the IT guys. And he's the guy in it that actually comes in here, fixes up things. He can actually, from where he is, he can go into my computer here fix my computer for me or to update things or whatever